bright, blazing cartoon colors can be just as awesome as the real deal.
The only way to ride. Your wife's driving, that is.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Sci Fi Animated Series. For this list, we're looking at animated shows that revolve around science fiction themes or settings, and are ranking them based on their uniqueness, prominence, overall quality, and impact on pop culture. We've excluded anime shows because they already have a list of their own.
But I did sense that you are a kindred spirit.
Just what are you getting at?
Let me show you.
Number 10, Ben 10.
Thanks a lot. I was just trying to help. Next time you want to play hero, make sure you can back it up.
You guys like what we did there? Kicking off our list is the series that made turning into a monster cool and exciting.
Sorry, Billy. Looks like it's just not your day.
Revolving around the eponymous Ben Tennyson, this franchise follows a boy armed with an out-of-this-world device known as the Omnitrix.
Cool!
Allowing its wearer to change into multiple alien creatures. This power-granting gadget is used by Ben to fight the evils of Earth and space.
Don't worry, I got your back.
Featuring the vocal talents of the prominent Tara Strong and Yuri Lowenthal in later incarnations, Ben 10 has spawned a total of 4 shows in its decade-long lifespan, with a reboot series currently in development.
Who's hungry? Because I got a couple of knuckle sandwiches right here.
Number 9, Aeon Flux. An avant-garde wonderwork that began with the limited running time of 2 minutes an episode. Aeon Flux was one of the handful of animated shorts from MTV's Liquid Television that developed into a pop culture giant. Cited as a show that validated cable television's existence, its dystopian setting, eccentric characters, and ambiguous narrative were described as creepy, cool, and cryptic by most of its viewers. Though its film and video game adaptations didn't quite live up to expectations, there's no denying that the graphically violent and provocative show they stemmed from remains a colorful masterpiece in both science fiction and animation. Number 8, Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
I sense disturbance. Something sinister.
While the film that started this series made The Phantom Menace look like A New Hope, there's no question that the Force was strong with the expanded and bolder narrative of the television variant.
General Skywalker has prepared our attack strategy.
Thank you, Admiral.
Taking place during the titular galactic conflict, the show continues the story of Anakin Skywalker and his newly introduced apprentice, Ahsoka Tano, as they saber and fight their way to becoming Jedi Masters.
That one looks hungry.
Nah, it's just smiling at you.
While we applaud the efforts of Star Wars Rebels, victory ultimately goes to the Clone Wars for its success with characters, settings, and animation.
Should have gotten rid of them.
I think they suit me.
Number 7, XMen.
Used to take those tin cans out in half the time. Must be getting rusty.
Some might consider this series part of the superhero genre, but it's nonetheless a show about genetically mutated superhumans featuring state-of-the-art tech, scientific lingo, time travel, giant robots, and aliens. In other words, it counts.
I fear our course is taking us into the sun.
Considered the show that brought the nominal heroes to their initial peak in popularity, X-Men the Animated Series is considered one of Marvel's finest achievements and remains a beloved classic.
Xavier only has hours left to live.
Xavier. Dying.
Spawning a new generation of mutant fans and films, there was no child of the 90s that wasn't aware of this show's existence or its equally epic opening theme. Number 6, Rick and Morty.
Everybody with the red shirt, jump up and down!
As the most recent animated show on this list, Rick and Morty has a distinct drawing and storytelling style that beautifully blends the weird, interesting, and cool.
Could you make some sort of chemical thing happen inside of Jessica's mind? You know, so where she falls in love with me and all that sort of thing?
As an animated parody of a certain Dr. Emmett Brown and his drastically younger friend Marty, this show follows the blundering interdimensional journeys of an alcoholic scientist and his impressionable grandson.
I mean, Morty, when's the next time you're gonna see something like this? I mean, soak it in.
Met with critical acclaim for its in-depth characters, this dark, twisted, not-for-kids show has been compared to Jackass's Bad Grandpa, with elements of Futurama. And don't worry, we'll get to the latter soon enough.
Morty, come on, we gotta get you out of here. You're not gonna believe this because it usually never happens, but I made a mistake.
Number 5, Beast Wars Transformers.
All right, who wants some?
A direct sequel to the original cartoon, Beast Wars time warps the descendants of the Autobots and Decepticons to prehistoric Earth for a renewed conflict and high-stakes G1 crossover encounter.
Hunting from the air with automatic weapons. Now that's a sport!
Though initially condemned by franchise fans for its massive reinvention of the series, Beast Wars quickly vindicated itself with mature themes, expert storytelling, well-crafted characters, and brutal bot confrontations.
So, what's a warrior without weapons, eh? A warrior still.
While Transformers Generation 1 is classic, Beasties edged it out as the best overall incarnation.
Well, that's just dandy.
So, Hasbro, try not to Michael Bay this one up if it ever gets the big screen treatment.
Yes. Yes. Oh, my crazed crustacean.
Number 4, The Jetsons.
Elroy, how many times have I told you not to wear your space boots in the house?
Sci-fi or not, no list of animated shows would be complete without mentioning this iconic family of the future.
But it was worth it to see the expression on old Cakehead Spacely.
Brought to us by the equally prominent Hanna-Barbera, the Jetsons can be viewed as the space-age counterpart of the Flintstones, with its own family of whimsical characters set in an unrelatable and outlandish setting.
It seems to be working better now. Maybe he's fixed it.
I don't know. I still don't trust that thing. It seems to have a mind of its own.
Complete with its own futuristic city, robots, aliens, and flying cars, this show was one of the most important shows in sci-fi television during its run.
If I don't get that contract signed, I'm a goner.
Remembered and referenced to this day in various circles of pop culture, there's no question that the Jetsons is a timeless relic of television entertainment.
Look, George, I hit a jackpot!
Number 3, Samurai Jack.
In days long past, where rockets and robots were nowhere near creation, a young warrior forged into battle with Aku.
Considered one of the greatest modern animated shows, Samurai Jack was a deep, action-packed, and ingeniously creative masterpiece with elements of cyberpunk and sci-fi fantasy.
No matter what form you take, Aku, you will never defeat the side of righteousness.
With cinematic visuals that tell their own story, this show followed the adventures of the eponymous magic sword-wielding samurai and his quest to return to the past and undo the dystopian world he traveled through. Though abruptly cancelled, this renowned sci-fi cartoon retained a strong and massive die-hard fan base, eventually leading to the announcement of a revival season and even a potential film adaptation from a certain Star Wars director.
I am sure this is the way I came.
Number 2, Reboot.
What are you waiting for? Enter now for your chance to win.
Set inside a computer-generated metropolis, this sci-fi series followed the digital endeavors of anthropomorphic software programs tasked with defending the city from viruses and winning deadly games initiated by the user.
And we didn't need her help until you sent us into the game.
With a creative concept at its core, as well as a pop culture referencing motif, Reboot was the world's first completely computer-generated 30-minute series and featured a large cast of memorable and compelling characters.
Great. Looks like I'm on my own.
Not exactly, Bob. Megabyte!
Yet another television tour de force unexpectedly canceled mid-narrative, Reboot nevertheless remains a beloved franchise long overdue for a continuation. Or perhaps a reboot. Before we blast off to our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Those are the Beast Drones, servants of the Beast Planet.
Beast Planet?
An evil world whose sole purpose is destruction.
And then you add the meat seasoning.
Fascinating! And once I have mastered the French fries, what is the next promotion?
After fries, you get to work the grill.
Come on, Brain.
What's the matter with you two anyway?
He's afraid of ghosts.
Well, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to get over those silly superstitions.
What was that?
These asteroids are composed of a highly unstable mineral combination, sir. They explode upon impact with each other.
Or anything else. Keep those deflectors up, Mr. Scott.
Number 1. Futurama.
What the?
Taking the top spot on our list is the one and only outlandish, oddball crew of the Planet Express.
We recycle everything. Robots are made from old beer cans.
Yeah, and this beer can is made out of old robots.
As its title suggests, this comic sci-fi sitcom takes place in the future, namely the turn of the 31st century, and follows the future misadventures of a dim-witted delivery boy, a walking eye candy of a cyclops, and a politically incorrect/alcoholic robot.
Alakai, it's high time I laid down a few commandments. You got a chisel? Take this down.
Targeted towards adults, the show was originally presented on Fox, alongside certain other dubious cartoon characters from other shows.
Eat my shorts.
Okay. Shorts.
Picked up by Comedy Central for the second half of its lifespan, this futuristic show continues to be appreciated by faithful fans for its beautifully rendered and creative animation, colorful, in-depth characters, and clever satire.
Yeah, anyone who misses this will regret it the rest of his life. Hey, Fry, could you go make some popcorn?
Okay.
Do you agree with our list?
I'm not hearing a no.
What's your favorite animated sci-fi show?
This must be the best day of your life. You get to be the mayor of I Told You Town.
For more out-of-this-world top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
In my day, the internet was only used to download pornography.